Hello and welcome to Rivers. This is going to be a game between Duris and Ralu, two players from Finland. Of course, you may have seen Duris before in the Imba Cup, extremely good player. Had some great games against Stag Rock on Pizza. If people haven't seen that, that was excellent. I believe it's first round of the Imba Cup too. And the Ralu player I haven't seen too much, but he seems to have a decent rating, so we'll see how that goes. So it's going to be Jeff versus Seraphim. And really the big thing about this game is that this is Diamond 2. It's been a mod that's been around for a while, and it's always been updated by Vault. Some pretty good ideas in this one. One of them is that the experimentals cannot be built until you get into the SCU stage. So kind of like you got to get a Quantum Gateway, then SCU, and then you can only build experimental. So that allows Tech 3 and Tech 2 to play much longer. So it's for players who like the more tonal elation style, where the Krogoth or an arm you didn't even have an experimental. It's much further away in the game. This is definitely the mod to play, and I think it's been kind of underplayed. There's a few other differences. Maybe that's one of the reasons it's been kind of scary for people to play it, because they don't want to get surprised. This game does have so much, you really don't want to get confused. Well, and get surprised even though you didn't really lose. First kill. Striker versus Celine. Duris getting bombers now, going third land, second air it seems. Ralu getting a whole bunch of land. He does not have air yet, so that's going to be a problem. And you can see that Duris secured this reclamation area, and there's a bunch of dead mech marines and things, but actually there's quite a bit of mass, a few hundred mass just sitting there. So early on, getting an early NG out there is very nice. There's another similar one here, and it looks like Ralu might lose both of them, and that's going to be a huge problem for Ralu. Ralu is also in danger of losing an engineer. Oh, that was an excellent bomb. One pass and those died. That's very surprising. Oh, that NG just barely survived. Another bomber once again. So far Duris is very dominant in terms of both getting the mass and getting total air control. We see Flakna coming out from Ralu. Interceptors from Duris. And of course with total air domination now, Duris has a total picture of what Ralu is doing. He knows exactly what to expect. Now we finally see some interceptors. First air factory is going to have 2 air factories for Ralu. Looks like he cleared up the bombers. Still a couple of interceptors hanging out for Duris. We'll see if Duris can get some payback in terms of his superior number of units, but probably won't have that for too long given his mass deficit. This mass patch still hasn't been reclaimed by either player. In terms of grabbing mass extractors, maybe a slight advantage to Duris. There's still a couple here on the sides. Not claiming that's because of Duris bombing. Also, of course, in this map, but we should see transports at some point, and people grabbing the sides. That's definitely very significant. Total of 8 mass extractors, and quite a bit of reclaim as well. And if you can get a navy going in one of these rivers with cruisers for both EF and Seraphim, it's quite devastating. But we might not see that for a while. Usually the river games turn into massive spams. That's why I think for the Diamond mod, this should be a very good game. Although I hope it's not too one-sided, because so far Duris in a much better shape. You can see he's got a nice force here. He's using superior numbers. He's going to go ahead and kill that. Now he's going to have to retreat. On the other side, Duris also attacking. Not many forces here for Ralu, so he's got to get something there quick, otherwise he'll be in trouble. Ralu, though, having pretty good success up on top. Point defense to retreat to for this force. We can see a massive land spam going on for Duris. He also has a transport. Oh, and the transport from Ralu. So we might see a battle here. Actually, both players transporting nearly to the exact same spot. So both players wanting that bottom island. Should be pretty interesting. And a major assault line coming in from Duris, minute 8. Ralu trying to pull some units back. Actually using bombers. This is good work. Actually, I think Ralu wants to use this transport to grab both. I think this transport is going to die. And here it's 1 versus 3. And I don't think Ralu is going to get to keep that. And of course his transport, a little too ambitious, gets killed. You might see first fighting with the ACUs. It looks like Ralu is going to get the gun. And over here looks like bombers together with Tech 1 were successfully defended the area. 5 kills for that Tech 1 bomber. Good work from Ralu. nearly done with his upgrade, and you can see Duras just running circles here around Ralu. Split his forces, is going to do damage to mass extractors. Also seeing some Tech 2 upgrades from Ralu. We see Tech 2 mass extractors from Duras as well. And Duras here actually has got to keep moving, otherwise just losing your units on the enemy battlefield isn't very good. Looks like Ralu has temporary air control. He is using the bombers to take out raiders. But he has completely lost the bottom island. I'd like to see somebody try to grab the top. See the transport standing by for Duras, but still nothing really going to the top. Just a single mass extractor loss is going to be easily corrected by Ralu, but a couple tanks still sneak in. I'd like to see a bomber to take care of that. Overcharges, perhaps, no. Just the gun versus Tech 2. So gun DC versus Tech 2, although here Ralu could get himself in trouble. Some excellent bombing there. Going after the Tech 2 unit, but plenty of Tech 1 flag defense. Ralu actually being pretty aggressive. Duras playing smart, just pulling back, letting Ralu feed him mass. And massive air force. Still nobody in the top. I don't understand that. Probably Duras is just letting Ralu have that, but Ralu isn't taking it. Or Duras is too busy winning here on the ground. Feels like he grabbed one. Here comes a transport to the wrong direction for Duras. So far, total air domination by Ralu, although it's not strong enough to prevent all these Tech 2 units to running over. So map control lost now for Ralu here, minute 14. Ralu getting that Tech 2. And let's see how far this transport gets. He might get quite far here in a couple point defenses. Oh, this is Tech 2 and Tech 1 units dropped off. Some nice bombing there from Ralu for defense. Tech 2 mass extraction by Tech 2 land. We see Ilshevaz in the back here, and the Ilsheva will solve that problem. So Tech 2 land from both players. Let's see if Ralu finally decides to grab the top. See what impact the Ilshevaz will have on this game. Although Duras has been at Tech 2 for a while, so we should expect quite a bit of Tech 2 defense all over the place. See quite a few Mongols. So we see Ralu is quite a bit late at the Tech 2 stage. Oh, Ralu is not going to grab his island. He's just going to drop on Duras. Of course, these areas, very nice staging grounds for drops. Duras might be thinking about that, but this is really nice anti-air. A whole bunch of Tech 1 in the corner. So any drops from Ralu are going to be destroyed. Tech 2 point defense from Duras. All this Tech 1 probably should just go around and attack. So successful drop. NG standing by. Here, minute 17. More Tech 1 bombers. Always going after the Tech 2. Really damages them, but it takes a total of 5 bombs. All those. Pretty ridiculous from Ralu. It looks like Duras will finally grab that island. Waited long enough. And Tech 3 land. We are seeing artillery and Titans coming out. So the Ilshevas just made it on the field, but they're going to have to fight over superior tech. We might see Tech 3 from Ralu as well. In terms of Tech 2 power, I don't think he has any yet. Disturbing lack of factories for Ralu as well. Duras has been playing defense. Let's see, do we have Tech 2 factories for Duras yet? No. Looks like both players going quite low on power. Successful Ilsheva drop. This is very nice from Ralu. And here Tech 3 versus Tech 2 with the Ilshevas running. The Titans should dominate. Although in large numbers, the Ilshevas are known to dominate against Titans. And a Tech 2 point defense standoff here between Ralu and Duras in minute 19. Successful drops. Duras expecting something to be there, but he dropped on an empty field. Of course, these Ilshevas still causing all kinds of problems. Getting defended by Tech 1 bombers as well as Tech 1 point defenses. Ralu just standing by. He's under artillery fire here, so probably won't get to keep that base for too long. Successful defense with some, actually just a Tech 2 Mass Extractor that was lost against those Elshivas. Titans come in to sweep up. A massive Tech 1 Bomber. And if it wasn't all overkill, it looks like it won't all be overkill. Yeah, that's definitely going to thin out these forces. And of course, eventually the Titan here, getting massive kills. Good defense against that Tech 1 force. Ralu pushed back. It's really the Tech 3 artillery. It's going to be very difficult. Looks like Duras is not going to drop some NGs. It's going to have a total of 8 extra Mass Extractors. Just kind of given to him by Ralu. Elshivas versus Titans. Titans is going to have to respect this. And looks like Duras is not going to move back. And massive Tech 1 bombers once again. From Duras. Yeah, that's very sad for those Elshivas. Yeah, this force from Ralu is not going to be able to stop this massive Tech 3 and Tech 1 air bomb. Yeah, this is just too much. This is something that will not be dealt with a couple Tech 1 units. Massive Tech 1 bombers from Duras. Duras just completely taking over air control. Showing Tech 1 bomber is very useful in minute 22 when you have air control, because 200 damage is still going to do a lot of damage. Tech 2 Mass Extractor skill, but of course Tech 2 flag should count it nicely. Tech 3 power is the target of these bombers. Tech 3 land for Ralu. Ralu's ACU is trying to stop the flow of these Titans, also some siege tanks. Now we're going to see Ralu's base take the hit. He's trying to counterattack on the other side, but now Titans on this side as well. Tech 2 point defense unsuccessful. And now it is just domination from Duras all over the place. Really don't see how Ralu could make it out of this one. Duras getting some upgrades. Looks like it's going to be the shield, so it's going to be impossible to kill now. Not with anything that Ralu has. And you can see this Titans, this is where Tech 3 land just dominates. We do see some siege tanks coming in, but this Titan's very quick. Done damage on both sides. Ralu is all the way back. He's going to try to rebuild his Mass Extractors. Does have quite a better reclaim, but now total map domination. We're going to see Titans versus siege tanks. These Titans are going to get hurt together with this Tech 3 shield, which is nice. Whole bunch of Tech 1 bombers once again coming in from Duras. Duras with a good looking base here. Tech 3 land and two Tech 1 air factories, where most of his build capacity is going. He also has a Tech 2 power. Look, at some power problems. Finally going to Tech 2 power at minute 26. Now some siege tanks are going to defend the top. Plus the shield, they should have some success. If you see Duras sticking with Titans, he does have the better option of Perseus. Looks like all the forces from Ralu getting pushed back. And this is where this is going to have to be one with Tech 3 units. The Fatty or the Chicken are really far away at this point for either player, because it's a huge investment to get the Quantum Gateway and the SCU. I think the Quantum Gateway is close to 5,000 mass, and SCU is close to 10,000 something. Between 5 and 10,000. I never build them, so I have no clue. And when you actually build them, you probably don't care, 10,000 or 5,000. But in this one, it actually becomes, with this mod, it actually becomes important. So here we're going to get to see Tech 3 land from Seraphim against Titans, which is kind of 2.5 Tech, the weakest Tech 3 unit out there. Very quick, good against Tech 1, Tech 2, not too good against Tech 3. You see a lot of reclamation, that's one thing we can check here, minute 28. Duras, 25,000 reclaimed. Only 9,000 for Ralu, which is a huge deficit. More Titans coming in. The one thing about EEF though with the Titans, if you get a whole bunch of shield on them, that they do become extremely powerful. That's one thing that EEF do have is Tech 2 mobile shields. And now we can see this Tech 3 force is going to be under assault from some Arty. Tech 3 air from Ralu against Tech 1. Tech 1 wins, just sheer numbers. Massive Titans. But I think the siege tanks are going to hold their own. Shield was lost, however. Multiple Tech 3 power from Duras, and Duras is just running away with this one. He's got Tech 3 air now, some Strat bombers, as well as gunships, so that's a sign of the end for Ralu. So maybe for those of you who know the Diamond 1, you may have seen some differences in this. I haven't actually seen this be very different from a standard game. I think, oh, Strat bomber here from Ralu. We'll see what that does. It seems a bit one-sided here, so we saw a great display of Tech 3 land. And artillery here from Duras just continues to pound away, very methodical, plus Strat bombers. Though some of these Strat bombers are, well, that was just a really nice save. The whole Strat bomber does get taken out eventually. Once again, Titans versus siege tanks. This is a large number of siege tanks. They are under assault from the air. Siege tanks should never be underestimated. Close range, they're just absolutely brutal. They are outranged by the Percy and the Brick, so that does give the Percy and the Brick an advantage, but in close range, it's just not fair. Gunships from Ralu. And let's see how the siege tanks fare. We should see Percy's coming out. Yep, Percy's from Duras. He realizes he needs stronger units on this left side. Strat bomber still 10 kills for that one. And gunships now coming in to do some damage for Duras. One thing to note, we do see Tech 3 air from Ralu, but he does not have Tech 3 power, unlike Duras. We got some Tech 2 point defenses, ACU and siege tanks are going to kill those Titans in the corner. Meanwhile, this siege assaults, oh, you can see how many kills some of these have, 54. Absolutely brutal, very high fire rate and up close, very high damage. Let's see what they can do if they want to just come in. Duras looks like he's going to get the gun. He's already got the gun. He's going to maybe get in a fight with those siege tanks. A couple overcharges would be absolutely devastating for Ralu. Ralu taking over the bottom. Now we're going to see Percy's versus siege tanks. This is a classic battle. Of course, looks like the Percy's are going to get some help. And you can see Percy's are really designed for this long range, very high power. They're really good against Tech 3, and the siege tanks dying very quickly. Plus, Strat bombers attacking us. This is a bit of a mistake from Ralu. If he had any chance, he would get really close to the Percy's and try to kill him. Instead, he ran away and let the Percy's get some free shots. Quite a few siege tanks died. We still see Tech 3 air domination, all this. Strat bomber is going to go ahead and take out Tech 1 mass extractor. 4 kills for that Strat. Tech 3 air, more Strat bombers for Duras here, minute 36. More siege tanks moving out. For Ralu, it's just been siege tanks most of this game. He's also got Strat bombers as well, so both players going for Strat bombers. I don't think Ralu really has the option to snipe Duras, not with that much health and not without air control. So after that, those siege tanks died. It's been a bit quiet. We do see Duras moving down with some Tech 1 and Titans on the bottom. It looks like Ralu thinks he can get onto this ledge, which is not going to be possible. Those tanks, yeah, that's a good thing about siege tanks, they can't go underwater. Bricks, Percy's, and siege tanks. Harveys, of course, can't. Gunships taking out Tech 2 mass extractor who will get killed. Yeah, so it's a bit of a waste of siege tanks there. And I gotta be thinking Strat bombers are gonna end it. Although this is a nice Percy force from Duras, thinking it has a chance to do a lot of damage. I think it will. There are some siege tanks, but they're going to be outnumbered and outranged by the Percy. We can see Ralu bringing some units back, also some gunships. But here come the Strat bombers from Duras. Duras thinks 40 minutes is long enough. I don't think there's anything Ralu can do about this. Bomb to end the game. shield just saved Ralu barely. It's good work from Ralu, actually. A bunch of hits, no one under a shield. I think he's actually going to survive. Can't believe all those strats actually died. Is there a lot of Tech 3 anti-air? Very surprising, but at the same time, the Percys just continue their march. Looks like they're going to kill everything. And when you get a whole bunch of Percys, the fact that they don't have a very high fire rate doesn't matter. Because a whole bunch of them will fire, and you'll just see units slowly disappear. And it looks like they're now going to come in and wipe out the rest of Ralu's base, and Ralu realizing he has lost here. Minute 41. Also successful draw. Ralu throws in the towel, 41-minute game. Thank you very much for playing this one. Hopefully people enjoyed it, and definitely check out the Diamond one.